Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Rachel Williams begins now.
Good evening, everyone. A young father is dead and 5 suspects are in custody following an altercation in Burnie. The 23-year-old victim succumbed to his injuries in hospital this morning after being allegedly assaulted with weapons. Our reporter Garth Burley has more.
It's here on Ritchie Avenue where a feud between 2 rival parties turned fatal. Weapons were allegedly used to assault a 23-year-old Burnie man at 3 o'clock this morning. He was rushed to the Northwest Regional Hospital in a serious condition, but sadly died from his injuries.
Sadly, we can confirm, we can confirm that the male is deceased as a result of the incident, and our thoughts are certainly with his loved ones and family at this time.
Forensic police have spent the day combing the area for evidence as they try to piece together what happened. 4 men and a woman are tonight in custody following the incident and are assisting police with their inquiries. Authorities won't speculate on the motive for the suspicious death, but have ruled out connections to drugs and outlaw motorcycle gangs.
The circumstances leading up to the altercation form part of the inquiry, and at this point the inquiries or the investigations certainly in its early stages, so I don't want to speculate at this point on what the lead up was.
Charges are yet to be laid. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers.
Tasmanians are being warned to brace for imminent stronger measures as part of our state's fight against coronavirus. The number of cases are continuing to rise, with investigations underway into the source of 2 positive COVID-19 results in Devonport.
Major measures just hours away.
Tonight we will see the full suite of Australia's toughest border controls in place.
From midnight, all non-essential travellers will be forced to stay at a government-run facility for 14 days, such as here at the Fountainside Hotel. There's facilities in the north and northwest too. Our Premier not mincing his words or warnings.
There will be, at some stage, community transmission. That is going to occur. I expect also, unfortunately, that there will be deaths. Let's be clear, people will die.
Hinting at stronger regulations in line with other states to be announced in the coming days.
But around the world, as the impacts of the spread of the virus have gotten worse, harder actions have then been taken. I'm of the view that we should take those harder actions now to stop things from getting worse.
Our health authorities now dealing with 62 cases. Investigations underway into how 2 of them, both in the Devonport area, contracted the virus.
Both of these cases have not travelled overseas and have not been on cruise ships recently.
One of them, the healthcare worker from the Mercy Community Hospital.
The person in question spent no more than 30 minutes at work while they were infectious before a decision was made that they go home due to feeling unwell.
A special public health team formed, now undertaking aggressive contact tracing.
This is so that we can identify any ongoing link between these cases and others in the community and ensure that any other case that we identify enters quarantine as quickly as possible.
Community transmission not ruled out. Those in Devonport told to strictly adhere to guidelines of social distancing and avoid unnecessary travel as testing is increased in the area.
I cannot stress just how serious a situation this is at the moment. Lives are at risk.
We'll do anything that is needed to keep that community safe.
So I understand people are anxious, but this is why it's so important that people stay home, they look after their health, and by doing that, they also protect the rest of the community.
From surreal to historic, Hobart Airport a ghost town today. No scheduled flights in or out for the first time in decades. 1 flight a day will resume again tomorrow.
Essential that we have that link. Of course, there's essential people that need to move to and from the state for work and indeed for medical support, and those planes do bring in freight also.
While Tasmanians grapple with their new reality, many trying to keep life as normal as possible. The Farmgate Market classed as an essential service.
People who are coming are looking for their normal weekly produce.
We've had a lot of people rolling in, grabbing their juice for the week and then heading off.
Police patrolling normally bustling areas. And if you're not following quarantine rules, expect severe penalties. A tough, unprecedented time for all, including those making the rules.
So please abide by the rules, be kind to each other, look after one another, stay home save lives. It's not that hard.
Louise Hobart, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania's mental health organisations have welcomed the government's funding package as the need for crisis support grows. Not-for-profit groups like Lifeline and Anglicare are encouraging people to ask for help during these challenging times.
City streets and public places, normally packed on a Sunday afternoon, now practically devoid of people. A striking statement that the message to stay home is being listened to by the majority. As social distancing measures are adhered to, support services like Lifeline have seen demand increase.
Last week, 23% of the calls that we received to the 13 11 14 hotline were actually about the virus. And without the stats in front of me, I would expect that this week, that has increased significantly.
Attributing this rise in assistance to fears around coronavirus, as people self-isolate from their friends, family and routine.
There are a huge number of Australians out there who are feeling anxious and afraid because of the virus, and it feels like their worlds have turned upside down.
As more businesses close their doors and workers are losing their jobs, service provider Anglicare is reminding people that they're there to help. The organisation offering assistance to those vulnerable in this time of need, such as financial counselling and housing support.
So what we're doing is keeping our doors open, because if there are those emergency cases, those people that really need to be seen by somebody, our doors are open.
Both services are urging those who are struggling to speak up and speak out, because help is there for those who need it.
At this point of time in our, what's happening in our community, we need to make sure we reach out to those mates, make sure we reach out to our neighbours. Let's not let people be lonely.
Right now, if you're alone, if you're frightened, if you're anxious, pick up the phone and call us. We are there for you. We will take your call and you won't feel so alone.
Reminding us that human connection is important in any form. EBONY, ABBLITT, 7 Tasmania News.
A Tassie Link bus has smashed into a parked car after reportedly swerving to miss a cat. The incident occurred at around 11:30 this morning on Charles Street in Launceston. No one was seriously injured in the crash. However, the white SUV suffered significant damage. It's not known what happened to the cat. The future of Tasmania's horse racing industry is still up in the air tonight. Race meets at both Mowbray and Elwick went ahead this weekend with strict controls in place, including fever testing at entry points and limits on the number of horses in each race.
We feel comfortable that steps have been taken to limit the risk.
The matter is expected to be discussed at tonight's National Cabinet meeting, with an update expected in coming days.
Good evening, everyone. Hobart 26 degrees today, Launceston 23, 20 in Devonport and Burnie 18. Across Tasmania, Friendly Beaches 24, Flinders Island 23, 22 in Grove, St Helens 21 and 19 in Strawn and Low Head. A thick mid to high level cloud band can be seen moving over the state today with embedded thunderstorms over the Bass Strait. Across Australia, a mid to high level cloud band lies over central Victoria and extends south over Tasmania. Convective cloud covers much of the eastern states, while patchy low-level cloud lies over parts of the rest of the country. Tomorrow's chart shows a cold front lying over Tasmania. A weak high-pressure ridge sits over southern Australia, while a weak low trough lies over northwestern Australia. West to northwesterly winds 15 to 25 knots tomorrow, reaching 30 knots about the west and south during the morning. And there is a strong wind warning current for southern and western coastal waters from Tasman Island to Sandy Cape. Partly cloudy and 19 in Hobart tomorrow, possible showers and 18 in Dover, ooze 19. Launceston partly cloudy and 20, 19 and afternoon showers in Devonport, light showers and 18 in Scottsdale. Burnie 19 degrees, showers and 17 in Strawn, 19 in Stanley. And in the east, partly cloudy and 20 in St Helens, Swansea 20 with late showers and 18 in Ross. The UV tomorrow is moderate 4s and 5s across the state. Looking on to Tuesday now, fine apart from showers about the west, however fine elsewhere. Showers about the west and far south on Wednesday, mainly fine elsewhere. And on Thursday, showers about the west and northeast, extending statewide during the morning. Mostly sunny and 25 in Perth tomorrow, Adelaide and Melbourne 21, Possible storms in Canberra and Sydney. Brisbane, partly cloudy and 29, and a sunny 35 in Darwin. And currently Hobart, showers and 17, cloudy and 16 in Launceston, and Devonport 17 and cloudy. And Rach, that's tonight's weather.
Well, that's all your news for now. Thank you for staying with us during this extended news bulletin. Please stay safe, healthy and happy this week. Good night.